Hello and welcome to the Lee and the Jake Show. It is Wednesday, March 6th. My name is Scimeca. I'm joined by Jacob Unger and Jacob Rothberg. Coming up, I give my take on the Islanders fans for being too hard on their former captain. Later, Jacob Unger will discuss the injured Luis Severino, while Jacob Rothberg will talk about the Boston Celtics. John Tavares had to deal with being public enemy number one on his return to Long Island. He was getting booed all night. Fake snakes were thrown on the ice at him. Was there ever a player that you rooted for that switched teams that you never forgave him or the front office if he was traded?
Well, considering that I'm an Oakland Raider fan, we traded two of our best players in franchise history, in my opinion, this year. I ordered a Amari Cooper jersey when he got drafted, so obviously the shocking trade to the Dallas Cowboys made me completely regress my opinion on him and the management. What about you, Jacob?
Two names come to my mind with situations like that. The first one would be Robinson Cano leaving the Yankees to take a lot of money to play with the underachieving Mariners team.
No.
Yeah, that was a bad decision, and I'm sure he would have rather stayed with the Yankees and won some games. And also Darrelle Revis going to the hated Patriots. That made my blood boil because I'm a diehard Jet fan. So that, those two were traitors to me, and I still see him that way.
I heard Revis Island is abandoned.
Yeah, it's abandoned. No one's there anymore.
No one's there.
So, last week, the Toronto Maple Leafs, more importantly, John Tavares visited Long Island to take on the Islanders. Tavares left Islander fans in July in a state of just about every negative emotion. Some Islander fans were grateful for the 9 years he spent in the island, while others were dismayed by how he left. To give a quick recap, while the Islanders were struggling to virtue eliminated from the playoff contention, they offered to trade JT in his expiring contract. That way he could go to a winning team and have a chance at the Cup, and the Islanders would get a decent haul for the rental, who many consider one of the best players in the game, not to mention the possibility of JT re-signing with the Islanders in the offseason. JT was adamant that he wanted to stay on the island, and he loved it, and he wouldn't want to play for any other team. Fast forward to July, and John Tavares decides to tense free agency and decides to sign with his boyhood hockey team, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, although I agree how JT conducted himself is not perfect, such as when he posted a photo to social media of himself as a kid wearing Maple Leafs pajamas, sleeping on Maple Leafs bed sheets, earned him the nickname Pajama Boy among Islander fans. Yes, he should have let the Islanders trade him, but the former captain gave the team everything he had for 9 seasons. 9 seasons in which, for the most part, the Islanders struggled. Islanders ownership never really gave JT talent. Sure, the Islanders had good players around them, but not enough of a complete package. Overall, I think it's important for fans to understand that sports is a business, not only for owners and GMs, but for the players as well. The player, in this case, John Tavares, is from Toronto. His family is from Toronto. He's living his dream playing for his favorite team. He loved his time with the Islanders, but in the end, he wanted to go home. So he did. That's it for my take. Now, Jacob Unger has a piece about Luis Severino.
Just like that, before the MLB season even gets started, the New York Yankees lose their ace of the pitching staff in Luis Severino. Severino has been diagnosed with inflammation in his rotator cuff that will require a few weeks of sitting out and rest, and then rehabbing the shoulder before he can return to the mound. Severino is coming off a season in which he was a Cy Young candidate, winning 19 games, only losing 8 in 32 appearances with an ERA of 3.39. Severino was slated to be the opening day starter for the second consecutive season for the Bronx Bombers. So how do the Yankees temporarily replace their ace to begin the season? He should be back within a month or two of the season start. Well, the Yankees recently traded for the Robin to Severino's Batman and southpaw pitcher James Paxton from the Mariners, and it could be expected that he will be the one on the bump come opening day. Behind Paxton, the Yankees are fortunate to have returners in Masahiro Tanaka and lefty CC Sabathia, and recently re-signed J.A. Happ. The question now is going to be who is capable of filling the 5th spot in the rotation. And they do have some internal options like Domingo Germán, Jonathan Loaizaga, Luis Cessa, and Chance Adams. Those guys may be young and bring tons of upside to the table. However, they don't have any extensive MLB experience and cannot be relied on to confidently go out and win games at such a young age. Last season, southpaw pitcher Jordan Montgomery was injured and is not expected to be back until the All-Star break, and Sonny Gray was traded away, so those two players are now incapable of filling the final spot in the rotation. Two options that could be potential Yankees in the near future are lefties Gio Gonzalez and Dallas Keuchel, who are still without a team in the free agent market. In the meantime, spring training continues and there's still a lot to be done, and young players will have the chance to prove themselves capable of the 5th spot, much like Jordan Montgomery did a few years ago. More players will continue to get injured, position battles will go on, and everything will work its way out, and roster moves will continue to happen. General Manager Brian Cashman and manager Aaron Boone need to get creative and find early season success so they could get past the Red Sox early on. That's it for me now. But Jake, what are the Celtics doing? How are they coming back from a rough start?
So last night, Jacob, one of the most impressive games I've personally seen all season from the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics look like the Celtics that we thought we would see before the season, as they destroyed the defending champion Golden State Warriors 128-95 at the Oracle Arena last night. The Celtics were up by as much as 25 at half, but that didn't stop there as they outscored the Warriors once again in the third and fourth quarters. On a night when just about everything went right for the Celtics, it was Gordon Hayward, though, who led the way with 30 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists coming off the bench. Hayward has had gradual progress coming back from when he suffered that gruesome leg injury and ankle injury 6 years ago. I mean, not 6 years, last year in a home opener against the Cleveland Cavs. When asked about what went right for Hayward, he told reporters late last night that the plane ride helped us, as well as motivation to build off for the rest of the year. After Tuesday night, Boston is 18-2 in the last 20 games in which Hayward has shot at least 50% from the floor and 17-22 in games he does not. Marcus Smart understands how important Hayward is to the team, and he told reporters that Hayward makes the team even better when he's confident in playing like the Hayward that they know. The Celtics look to keep their winning ways going as they visit the Sacramento Kings tonight in the Golden One Arena. Guys, did you guys see that blowout yesterday? I mean, Cousins lost his temper, pushed 3 people over. Why are the Warriors starting out slow every game? It feels like they're down 20 in the first quarter, and then we get that normal comeback usually from the Warriors. But obviously last night, when you're playing a good team like the Boston Celtics, you can't come back from a detrimental lead like that. So what do you think is going on for the Warriors?
Well, before we get to the Warriors, I think that the Celtics, seeing Gordon Hayward come out so strong after that injury he had last season, something they've been lacking all season. So that's huge for them. As far as the Warriors, I think there's still some internal problems. We saw it earlier in the year with Draymond Green and Durant. I think it's still lingering and hurting them, and I won't be surprised if Durant goes at the end of the season. But until then, they need to figure out their chemistry and get on the same page because they're not going to win another championship all arguing with each other.
What about you, Lee?
I mean, in short, every day the Warriors lose is a good day. So it was good to see the Celtics have that blowout against them last night.
Yeah, definitely a good one for me to watch. And yeah, that's basically it. That's it for today's show. Thank you for turning in. We really appreciate it. And tune in next week for the same ordeal. It's been Lee and the Jakes. Have a good one.